Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Sector 1FG. I am One Forsaken Gaming, and today we're going to be doing some Street Fighter 2 Special Championship Edition on the Sega Genesis. This is going to be the last game that I'm going to be doing on the Sega Genesis 32X Sega CD combo. I'm going to be unhooking this after today and going to be jumping back into some other consoles, including we're going to be going back into some Metroid content. But yeah, so anyway, but today we're going to be doing about 4 to 6 playthroughs, as much as we can, depending upon how everything goes. But yeah, that's what we got. And good morning there, Baked Baker. How are you? Good to see you. Let me just get that sound here. Let's just put that out there because he does do some streams every now and then. All right, let's go. Let's just go ahead and make sure. I don't know if I got the settings up yet. Okay, yeah, we're at level 8. That's good. Literally just woke up. That sounds pretty awesome. Yeah, I actually woke up probably about a half hour ago, so I got some pretty good sleep. Woke up, took a shower, real quick shower, and here we are. Oops. Oh, come on. I'm dizzy from that. Cut me a break. I know you don't. Yeah, that's how we do it. You've been sleeping good. Yeah, that medication sometimes will do that. Especially when you have less things to worry about. Right. And we got Cryptzilla in the house. How you doing, my friend? Whoops, wrong button. Get a resub. Alright, we'll get that going here in just a moment. Always good to see those alerts come up. Oh, see, I'm not Ken. That's why that affected me that way. There we go. Get this sub screen going. Here we go. Alright, thank you so much for the resub. You guys are so awesome. That's how the computer cheats right there. I did it. It was walking towards me. It went straight into a rolling ball. That just proves you right there how messed up this computer is. Alright. But it's all good. I'm actually going to be adding, I'm going to be taking off one of my emotes and working on another one. I'm going to be doing, tore me up in this game last night. Yeah, well, yeah, maybe we can learn something a little bit. At least with some of the characters. I'm not great with every character. Ken's my go-to person, but oops, I did not mean to throw that fireball. Hey, Seti, good morning. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hope you are doing well. Happy Sunday. Whoops, I meant to hit the... Hang on a second, guys. There we go. Love some Street Fighter. Yeah, this I don't, other than the sound effects in this game being absolutely atrocious, this was a pretty good rendition of SF Turbo for the, like, on the SNES. A standing flash kick, those are impossible to do. He wants to keep trying to execute jump kicks at me. Well, I may be going back to the Saturn after this as well, but we're gonna be next weekend. We are for sure gonna be doing some Metroid because I've been wanting to do. Oh, why did he go that way? We're gonna do some OG Metroid and do a little bit more. Yeah, they just a little bit late to the party, just a bit. They came out with this like well after Street Fighter 2 Turbo came out, and they're like, well, if they can release that, we're gonna release our own version of it, and this is what they call it. Dang it. I saw a stream of Aliens Dark Descent and gave it a try. Recommend it if you have some RTS. Huh. I'll have to check it out. Which console? Yep, knew that was coming. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. PlayStation, but it's also available on the 4. Okay, I can't. I can't then. Don't own either console. My brother won't be able to check it out. Alright. Consoles have been collecting dust. All because of me. You can thank me for that there, Baker, because we both went into a Saturn craze. You know, one thing I was kind of like watching last night, as I was watching I was watching a little bit of, what was it? What was it? Mortal Kombat 2 on the Saturn. That actually wasn't that bad. Other than that, there was a lot of like sound, like voices and stuff like that that were omitted. It actually wasn't a bad version of it. And actually, even with the CD base and everything, you know, being you're gonna have load times and stuff. The load times actually weren't even that bad. I mean, it wasn't actually. Whoops! Whoa! That's how much that took away. It's not what I did, but whatever. He's doing Mario Kart again tonight. Yeah, I'm gonna try to jump on. I think it's like what is it, 8 p.m. Eastern, I think is when he's starting. Because I got Pokemon Community Day today, which is from 2 to 5 my time. Which is be like, it's just finishing right as he's starting. So, I'm gonna try to come in if I can. Yeah, okay. I'll try to come on if I can. Yeah, last weekend he did it, and I didn't really get a chance to check out the. I wasn't able to join in. I was busy. Oh, come on, really? Let me go. Oh. There we go. You gotta unhook your Genesis. You're like, no, I will not unhook my Genesis. No, it's okay. I'm itchy. It's a little bit of allergies this morning. Waiting for my Claritin to kick in, as usual. And those of you who are part of the Facebook page, I made my announcement yesterday that I will be joining the Retro Gaming League for for their seventh season. This will be my second season of it. Last season I joined in as my debut and I made it to the quarterfinals, which was awesome. Lost to the eventual champion, which I have to say I feel pretty good about myself. But I'm also being a part of the judging portion of the league. What is with you and Superman 64, Alex? No. When is the it's going to be within the next couple weeks. We got the list put together. Dummy, I had that. It's gonna be within a couple of weeks. They're gonna release it. Watching League is great. You'll do as well. I hope so. I mean, personally, since I've been part of the judges this season, I can't give any details about it, other than what's already been revealed, which basically is we will be doing Super Mario 64. There's a Crash Bandicoot game that we're going to be doing. It's going to be either 1, 2, or 3, and then we also have GoldenEye is going to be on the list, and then yesterday Kid Chameleon was revealed. So those are minimum the minute well, some of the games that we'll be playing this season. Oh, I tried to be cute. Look how much that took away. Got a little bit lucky there. Thank God you can play. Yes, I'll be able. That will be one of the things that we can do is play off the original hardware. I like to see people suffer. Yeah, you'll never get me to play Superman 64. And no, it is not. I will admit that no, that game is not on the list. Yeah, Kid Chameleon was revealed yesterday or last night, I should say, that it will be on the. It is in the lineup. As I said, I'm part of the judging crew in this, and I had a little bit of input on what games are gonna be included for this season. And yeah. So sad, very sad, Gigi. But I said I can't reveal anything else. I said the commission is going to be doing all the announcements and everything. There will be. One thing I will say is that there will be one more teaser, possibly two before the actual reveals. But yeah, that's about all I can say about it. There's nothing else I can say. I would save Superman as a game change in the playoffs, but that's me. Well, no, if well, DJ Cliche is confirmed to come back to defend his title, so he will be. Well, that's the whole thing. He has the option to he has the option to he does have the option to change out one of the games during the entire during the length of the main season. He can't use his game change during the playoffs. He can change it to whatever game he wants, but it has to be a brand new game that we have not used in the league. All right, come on, why didn't he throw him? But that'll be his choice when he wants to use it, and if he wants to. Last season, Willie Will used it on towards the end of the season and changed it out to arcade game versus Castlevania, which was a lot of fun. Toss him away. What's up, Mr. Bruce? Happy Sunday to you. Good to see you. And we got Sleepy Jays here too. Can I get some shout outs, please? Your game should have to be a US version. No, it does not. As far as I know. I mean that's my assumption. My guess would be no. We got a gift sub coming. All right, hang on. I gotta take care of Mr. Sagat here. There we go. We'll get that celebration screen here just after Bison here. Enjoy those lovely little emotes, including the OMG that you made me infamous for. How was I doing? Ah! Look how much that took away. I screwed that up. Alright, let's see here. Yeah. Don't you love the sound effects on the Genesis is so freaking awesome. It's a Big Baker and I were like, yeah, they sound like they have laryngitis. Yeah, doing pretty good today, Sleepy J. I woke up on time this morning, took a quick shower, and it helped me wake up. I knew he was gonna do that. There we go. All right, let's get that. Let's get that sub screen going here. Where are we at? Here we go. All right, thank you again for the gift sub. Rio needs a cough drop. Yeah, just a little. All right. Oh my god, yes. Oh my goodness. Actually, one of the things I'm gonna post on the one of the things I want to show you guys is on my is I'm gonna post it on the group page for over on the Sector 1FG group page is I finally finished off my shelf of Sega games for the Saturn, the Sega CD, and 32X. I have a whole corner of it for the 32X, and almost the Saturn has about takes up about 1 1/3 of those little cubby holes, and then I have 4 games for the Sega CD, which I'm gonna be looking to get a few more of those, but I'm gonna turn this into like a shrine of Sega. But it's just, I mean, it's just one shelf. I mean, I've got, and that's not all my Sega stuff either, because I still have my Dreamcast and I have a few cartridges for the Genesis that I'm just looking over here and seeing, thinking about how I want to go about doing it. Um, but we'll see. It's pretty awesome. Like I said, I've got all my Nintendo stuff. I got my Sony stuff. I got my PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, GameCube, Nintendo Switch. So I got tons of stuff up there, over there. Just to I gotta reorganize because, as I said, I want to keep all my Sega stuff together, but I'll figure it out, and I'll just have to reorganize it. But as I said, next weekend we're gonna jump back into the um, we're gonna be doing some more NES stuff. We're gonna jump back into some Metroid. We're gonna might even I'm debating if I want to do some Ninja Turtles. I don't know. We'll see. I did pick up my copies of. Let's see, where are they? Oh, here they are. So I got the OG trilogy for the NES for Ninja Turtles 1, 2, and 3. They're all right here. Okay, there is one. Number 2. And number 3. So I might jump into that. I also last night did a recording for make another logo for that. Oh yeah, the little logo thing. So we're gonna be jumping into that at some point. I don't know if it'll be next weekend because next weekend I actually have to do shorter streams because the California Extreme is next weekend. So I'm gonna be attending that. Actually, Willie Will's gonna be going with me on the Sunday, next Sunday. So we're gonna have a lot of it's basically a it's gonna be a lot of fun. California Extreme is an arcade pinball expo that happens every year. About usually it's in July, a weekend in July, but this year it's in August because it was the only time they could get the venue. So Perler beads are so addictive. Yeah, just so you know, I'll show you guys here in just a moment. Baked Baker sent me a nice little gift along with but when he returned my updated RetroPie to me. Oops. Make up your mind, silly. I gotta stop playing 1 for 1 here. But he made an actual out of those pearl beads. He made this for me, my own logo out of it because they're familiar with these things. I think it's pretty awesome. It's sitting right here on my Sega CD right now, on top of it. Much appreciated, sir. It's awesome work. Whoops. Yes, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna hang it up at work though somewhere, because I want to because it's just awesome. I'm gonna try to use it like as an advertisement, so to speak. Oh, really? I try to give him a little toss right there. Oh no, you don't. There we go. Give him a little toss. Yeah, it's totally awesome. I love it. Absolutely, I'm ecstatic that he's able to make something like this look so pretty. I'm a little jelly. Oh no, you don't. I'm gonna sneak in there for the Yoga Noogie. Only took about an hour. Yeah, man, it's awesome. I think I'm amazed by your craftsmanship. Now I understand. It's like I have an actual Samus one though too, that I bought at a convention. I forget where I got it from, but I forgot where I got it from, but I've had it for years. I think I bought it at a comic convention of all things. Maybe it was Fanime. I can't remember. It's been a while. It's been a while. But it has like one of those little pins in the back so you can actually like put it in something. 8-bit graphics, yeah. But yeah, that's kind of like how it is though. It's not it's amazing what there was one I was gonna get from my boss too. Recently I saw one of those. Maybe it was when we were at I can't remember where I saw it though, but it was a Thanos one. My boss likes Thanos, and I was gonna. Someone made one of these little things out of for Thanos, and I was like, oh, I want to get this for my boss, but it was falling apart. Oops. Ah, that was a bit risky on my part. Ah, he got me. Dang it. If you don't apply enough heat, yeah, that's what I kind of figured. Oh, really? I should have been on the ground already. I timed that perfectly. Whoops. It's taken away. Ryu's jump kicks take away an awful lot. Yeah, I screwed up. I totally screwed that up. My timing was completely off that round. That's alright. Kyle's not my best character. Ah, come on. Like, just keep pounding him in the corner. Keep him in the corner. But I've had a lot of fun though. When hooking up this, I mean, this monster of a console, you know, the Genesis 32X and Sega CD. It is not. It is an absolute monster. Oh, come on! I'm dizzy from 2 moves. It's a little bit much there. Yeah, right. He should have been able to. I should have nailed him with that. Oops, I didn't jump. I don't know why he's not throwing his fireball. Um, I said that, but having it, you know, having to set it up and everything has been an absolute, you know, it was a mess. It's a pain because I said you have to in order for it to how do I store them? I have a little I'll send you a picture of it. It's a complete disaster in this room, but whatever. I need to reorganize some of this stuff, but I'll show you what it is. But basically, I have a little. At Target. I bought like a 16 like little cubby hole thing. Um, and then I have my shelves for where the games are next in the corner here. Oh, I didn't know I could do that. That's the first time I've ever pulled that off. In boxes, yeah, it keeps the dust out. Yeah, it's one thing I'm gonna kind of like, yeah, I know. But I'm just trying to get the, I'm gonna probably get some, like rags or something like that to at least put on top of the consoles, because I haven't done that in a while. Probably gonna clean them first and then put like a cover over top of them. But generally, I have like a bunch. Usually, there's a lot of some of them have like all my mini consoles are up here in the corner next to me. You'll get to see a little shop of horrors where it likes to sit around. Um, but I mean, I need to organize a little bit better. There's just so much clutter in here now. I got my 32X box. I got my I got a bunch of console boxes that are just sitting around. So, but we'll see. Oops. Make dust covers for consoles actually looks pretty cool. Yeah, well, my thing was is I was gonna put like there was a I was kind of looking for something like that. Trying to remember what it was that I bought. But anyway, so it's just little things here and there lying around. I said I said in front of it. I mean, I've got boxes, I've got games in front of it. You know, just sitting on the floor, like all my ROM hacks and stuff. We'll see. Whoops, wrong button. Um, I'm just like I said, I got a lot to do. I got a lot to do to get all this stuff all organized and make it look pretty. Ooh. Hey, King Bud, how you doing? Welcome. Good to see you. Thank you so much for coming in today. Why is he not jumping at me? Whoops, I didn't even press jump. Whoops. Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably gonna finish me off. I wasn't watching how much time was on the clock. Blockbuster rental cases, Saturn. Oh wow. I don't know why he jumped. Right, that'll put him in the final period mode. Yeah, I'll just walk into him. He'll try to knock me over but fail. Let's see. So regret getting rid of those back in the day. Yeah, kind of. Since I'm awake during a feud, pop in. I'll appreciate that. I'm going for at least 300. Holy crap. For a lot or just one? Um, just a case of, oh wow, that's crazy. No way, Jose. No thank you. Alright, come on, we got this. If I could do the flash kick right. Alright. Let's see. I mean, there's a lot of stuff. I mean, I got my Wii U, I got my Wii. There's a whole my two Dreamcasts, which I actually, if and when you ever do come out here, I need either or what I need to do is I need to send you my Dreamcast to see if you can clean them because I think they both need cleaned. I'm you know me. I'm cool with fixing controllers, but consoles I'm not keen on doing. They were literally just going to throw them away. Oh, man. Yeah, that should have been something to hold on to for sure. I know you don't. Not throwing his fireball like I want him to. Yeah. Dang it, got some on my tongue. I should have played footsie with him a little bit longer. That would have been alright. Let's see if we can just let him do what he wants. Nice. My rental consoles and do it that didn't work anymore. Oh wow. Yeah, if it was that you back then, man, you would have been able to say, "Sure, let me fix them up for a fee." You'd be able to fix them up no problem. Well, then again, we didn't have the internet to get the parts anymore, so you'd have to probably go directly from like the manufacturer and say like, "Hey, I need these." I don't know. Figure it out. Have the laser problems, yeah. Just have to replace them. People just are, it's like, oh, it's just a rental. I don't really care. Dang it, I thought I have it. Oh, I missed him. How did I miss that throw? Yeah, right. I was in the middle of a flash kick, bro. You can't do that. Oh, come on, don't even start that crap. Toss him away. Yeah, but I mean, can you imagine, though, trying to just having to buy consoles and stuff like that just for that reason? I don't know why he's not throwing them. I totally botched that one. Yeah, that took away a bit much there, bro. Level 8 or not, that took away a bit much. But then again, the computer, that I said, that was the only problem I had with Street Fighter versus Mortal Kombat, is that the the um the moves were inconsistent. There we go. I remember the manager saying rental consoles were not covered anywhere. Oh, okay. I don't know why I went for that. I don't know why he's not throwing them. That's like three times that I've tried to that I've done the no, probably 4 times I went to throw him, and he's not doing. He's throwing an uppercut. There. That's more like it. Toss him around all day. I gotta upload yesterday's stream to over to YouTube, and then tomorrow morning I'll do this one. Fired just a split second too late. Oops, wrong button. Oh, come on. My timing was off. I pressed the wrong button. I'm having I'm just goofing around a little bit. I did not jump. I think this controller might need a little bit of work, but I don't know. We'll see. Dude, what? Jeez, that took way longer than it should have. Here, throw 1,500 into the kitty. Oh, that should have connected. Come on, throw your fireball, Guile. That my foot went right. What? Dude, did you see that? My foot went right. My forward kick went right through him. He came forward to throw a fireball, but then it like, if you saw it, like glitched and it like moved his leg backwards. It's like or something. I had to go back and watch the replay on that because that was total baloney. Just like it was right there. I should have connected with that. Oh man, that was utter garbage. Because Sagat steps forward a little bit when he throws his tiger, but it's like his fireball, but it's like what the hell? I guess this version's it just doesn't quite. It's not quite the same. Because if this would have been the arcade, I would have nailed him easily. Ah, timing was off. Look how much that took away. Yeah, just get rid of them. Sick of them. was a little bit risky, but I did it. Yeah, I knew they was gonna do that. I knew it. I knew I should have jumped. Just walk in and throw me. He was trying to go in for the throw there 3 times. See? Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, I should be able to, if he's going to, even if it's Psycho Crusher, I should be able to come down with a chop and get him. Dude, that's baloney. Oh man, that was utter crap. I just boxed up my Genesis. I've had fun with it for a while. Yeah, no, it's, I said I don't want to put this thing away, but I'm gonna have to. I need to bring out the NES again. I said I'm still debating on what Metroid games I want to do next, or Metroid games I want to do next weekend. Dude, what the hell? No, that was my throw. Of course, it's like I have to input it into the computer, and the computer's just like, nope. No, I'm sorry, I threw a punch at you. Oh, kick, actually. No, that's how he's gonna play today. Apparently, it's just... See, Guile's Roundhouse is supposed to be able to counter... Oops, sorry. My hand hit the table. Guile's Roundhouse is supposed to be able to clock Bison's jump kick. Counter it, rather. But in this version, it's like the exact opposite. Oh, that was my fist in your face, but whatever. See, I don't know what the hell's wrong going on with these moves. I'm tossing them around, and if it was Ken Ryu, I'd be having no problems whatsoever. But for some reason with Guile, it's just not working. See, I went for a throw. He did nothing happened. He threw his punch out. That was utter garbage. Like my timing is there. It's just I don't know what the heck the computer is thinking it's doing. That's not going to win you the battle there, Guile. I didn't jump backwards. See? Right there, I should have been I should have grabbed him. Did you play SF2 on the Game Boy? God. Actually, if you want to, actually the one that you should try is the off the RetroPie is the Virtual Boy. I think it's called, they didn't call it Street Fighter, it was called Hyper Fighting on See, where's my throw? Like now it freaking works. No, I beat you to that. I knew he was gonna do that too. And why am I struggling? Well, like I said, the Genesis version of this is so not on to the arcade in some terms. There, I'll take that. Try it on Virtual Boy. It's that one's actually pretty good. It's overall it's pretty decent. I know you don't. There we go. Toss him into the ground. But no, I've tried playing. I think even the Game Gear version of it or something, and yeah, those things are absolutely horrible. They are absolutely horrible. I mean, although one of the things that I will say, like I know the MK1 for the Game Gear, the controls were bad, but it actually looked okay. And then, but Mortal Kombat 2 on the Game Gear was really good. They fixed a lot of the problems that they had with the first one, and it actually played really good, pretty well. What time is it? Okay, I'm gonna do about. This is only my second character. Wow, that took a while. Um, Let me see. Who do I want to do next? I'm not sure who I want to do next. MK1 on Game Boy. Yeah, that was awful. One thing I like about having the 6-button controller, you don't have to adjust anything. I was gonna reset it, make it a lot quicker. I think it still has everything at level 8, right? Yeah, okay. Alright, we're good. Do about maybe 3 more characters. I'm gonna see if I can maybe get a little more sleep this morning. Actually, if you want to talk about a game that was horrible, look at Mortal Kombat 3 on the Game Gear. That sucker was absolutely horrible, and I can't believe that even though Toys R Us was like, yeah, we're gonna get this game in and everything, and they never got it in. I was like, oh man, my parents were so upset that because I was upset, and Toys R Us was just like, oh, it's coming in, don't worry, and it never came in. Well, and after when I saw how bad it was, it's like, dude, it made Mortal Kombat 1 on the Game Gear actually look really good. It was that bad. Dude, come on, don't start this crap. Nah, that shouldn't have helped me. We're not meant to be ported. Yeah, seriously. I honestly, I don't even think Mortal Kombat 3 was even ported to the Game Boy. I think it was just the Game Gear. Oh, and here's what was the other one that I was thinking of? Oh, they did make Killer Instinct for Game Boy. Oops. I know that's a fact. Oh, come on. Got a little too close there, Zangief. But yeah, I mean that kind of just I have to go back and look at, but I only came across the Game Boy version of Killer Instinct by chance. I was like, huh, when the heck was this released? Whoops, if I would have hit him that third time, that would have been... that would have been, but I'm like, how are you going to be able to do that with two buttons, though? It's like, I just don't get it. I mean, it looked cool, but I was just like, how do you do combos in that thing? At least we got each other. There we go. Yeah, we'll do as I say, we'll try to do at least about 2 more characters. I'm not sure who I'm gonna do next, but we'll, you know me, those of you who follow me know that I like to do. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Extra chip damage. No, that was my throw. I said that I think the timing on this version of the game is completely off compared to the SNES version. Oops. There we go. As I said, E Honda's not my best character either, but it is what it is. Actually, another game that I may do, but it'll be off the RetroPie is I'm probably gonna do for a demo, like I did for Sonic Spinball last night, or recording I should say, is Alien 3 for the Genesis. That's another game I kind of want to do. Kind of one of those sleeper games, you know, that you hear about, but it actually is a lot of fun. The only thing is, like, there's really there's no, like, real last boss to the game. It's just, you just fight. Why didn't you block? It's like a platformer game, but it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I knew that wasn't gonna work, but I still went for it. Don't ever love Alien games. Well, I mean, I said Alien 3 was entirely different. I said it was a platformer, but it was a lot of fun. Whoops. I don't know what the hell happened there. There we go. But Alien 3 is it's basically just you're on a time limit to go through each level, and you're basically, yeah, you shoot down aliens and stuff, but you're trying to rescue the prisoners basically, and I think there's like what, 15 levels. Oh, that had to hurt. We had... No, that shouldn't have happened. That was a bad choice on my part. I shouldn't have went for the 100 hand slap. I still did. Oh. He just walks up to me and puts one knee to my head and I'm toast. What a joke. He just picks me up and grabs me. I mean, that's such crap. It's like, cut me a break. There's no way he could do that. But if it's me trying to throw him, it never works. But for him, it's always right on time. I mean, look how much his jabs are taking away, too. Watch, it'll be a double. Or he'll get up. Don't cut me a break. There's no way he should have taken away that much. There's no way. Let alone got that move off. That was such crap. I mean, I had a chunk like this much, and he took away with a one fierce chop. He took us both out. It's like, come on. So look how much that took away, and mine only took away a little bit of power. Yeah, finish him off the same way I did the first round. Well, second, whatever. Yeah, but I'm super stoked. So we're probably about a month and maybe about a week away from the Retro League Season 7. I was going the wrong way. I said, but so far we've announced a Crash Bandicoot game. Not sure which one yet. We're doing Mario 64, a GoldenEye, Kid Chameleon are all announced, or all have been revealed so far for the lineup. We will be playing those games this season. Whoops, I don't know why I did that. I did not mean to do that. I knew he was going to go into his electricity, but I still went for it. A bit of chip damage. There we go. But yeah, I said, but yes, I will be one of the judges this season. I had my input on what games are being used for the league this season. But I will not reveal any of that, obviously, not right now. Those will be revealed in time. That'll be up to the commish to put the videos together, which is what he's working on right now. For the big reveals. Oh, that hurt. That'll be another late September is when that'll be started for the first week of the league. Oops. Like, come on, man, do something so I can actually just get rid of you. Oh. Oops, wrong button. Really? Oh man, I'm really stinking this round. Yeah, I don't think so. I should have clocked him with that chop. Oops. Nope, I fired that a little too late. Haha. Chip damage. Alright. Let's see, where's my grab? That didn't finish him off. Give me a break. I said he only had this much power left. I hit him with a special move, and it takes him down to no health. It's like, come on. Where's my throw again? Well, we've had a lot of fun though recently with like the different games though that we've been playing. I said the last 2 weeks we've done some Sega CD, Sega 32X, and all kinds of stuff. What, you're not gonna go back to the Saturn? Yeah, right. He was a little bit far away to be hitting me with that punch. Seriously considering it, but I don't want to get burned out. Yeah, but you got so many games you want to play though, right? I said for me it's gonna be, I said my NES is up next, but we're also gonna get, then we're gonna jump into some PlayStation stuff, so PlayStation 2. I'm just missing Metroid. It's the only reason why I want to get back into it. We're gonna probably do the OG Metroid, and we might do we'll do a ROM hack maybe. Or two. I still haven't beaten Dark Alliance, which is really bugging me. Probably gonna do that one. I got another recording I want to do for Power Blade. TMNT. So there's a whole bunch of them. Just giving me an idea. Might look into an SD card mod for the PlayStation 1. Oh, there you go. My shopping. Alright, Seti, thank you so much for being here today. Appreciate it. Hope you got all your shopping needs done. Take care, my friend. Like, darn you. Block all that, sir. I have two fat PS1 and a slim. I think I'd sacrifice one for a mod. Yeah. Maybe. Just maybe. Aw. How am I dizzy? I thought about it for a second. I was like, no, I shouldn't be, but I was. It's like, really? Yeah, I've only got my one to spare. So if it breaks down, I have to get another one. How's he not dizzy? Now, see right there, I wasn't dizzy. And PS2. Well, yeah, that one I know you have multiple PS2s. Actually, I actually have three PlayStation 2s, and the only reason why is because when I bought the Slim, the guy was actually selling two of them. Yeah, that took away a bit much. I have two of the Slim versions of it, and then I have the fat one too. The only thing is I don't like about the Slim is that it doesn't the Slim one doesn't play some of the games on it. Yeah, I knew it. He got up kind of fast too, I noticed. Yeah, I prefer the fat one too. The same thing with the PlayStation 3. I prefer the fat one because it's backwards compatible. See, how come that time I hit him with it? No, he shouldn't have been able to get that off because he was still coming forward. Dang it. Dude, how am I missing all of this? Of course. I need to get my PS3 fix it. The Yellow Light of Death and one that plays everything. Yeah. And so we bought ours from a friend of his. But we hardly ever touched it. I think we bought Sonic Generations and then we kind of played that a little bit with along with Little Big Planet, but that was about all we did with it. Yeah, right. I had plenty of time to jump. The hell? On-air stations are expensive as fuck. Yeah. That's an understatement. Pick a side, dumbass. Really? Give me a break, man. I can't believe I'm having such a difficult time with him. Like I said, but the timing and the Genesis is notorious for... It's like they made the... If you ever play the Mortal Kombat games, they made those things like super easy compared to like this but then they made this one, which is absolute, you know, the timing is just for whatever reason is so different from... See, that's how it should be right there. How I just threw him. Whoops, I hit the wrong button. Ah, I thought I could beat him to it. That was my mistake. I only took out his damn legs on that one, but no, of course not. We can't let you have a perfect against Bison. Whoops, wrong button. There we go. I was like, just do a cheap move. Don't try to go for the throw. Just finish him off. Let the ending play out, then once it gets to the credits, I'll reset it. He rage quit last night. Yeah, I can be like that sometimes. Yeah, but that's what these fighting games do, though. That's what they're designed to do. I still gotta find a jewel case for my other two. Well, technically, this shelf would have been. I'm looking at the shelf right now for my Sega games. Can't get my blood pressure up. Yeah. So RPGs, man, stick to those. I'm teasing, but I actually have I needed to. I actually should be. Just gonna reset it. I should have finished the that a little while ago because my uh I actually have two games that are on the Saturn that are just in cases, not the standard jewel cases. Oops, wrong button. Cause I have I forget what the two games I have actually. Wait, which one did I send? Oh, it was X-Men. A Virtua Fighter 2. I forget what the other one. I forget what the other one was. Thunder Thighs. Yep, good old Trey, man. I got. Where is he? Okay, what games are these? No, it's bugging me. Oh, Street Fighter Alpha. That's right. Street Fighter Alpha and Virtua Fighter 2 are the ones that are just in standard little disc cases, not the actual jewel cases for the thing. The other thing I was trying to look for was a Mega Man X4 instructions booklet because I miss it. The one that I have that came with the game was messed up. Oops, I got a little too close. Um, but yeah, so I'm looking at my shelf here. I should have had before I even finished my for getting my 4 games for the Sega CD. I should have had that should have already been done, but it's okay. Oops. There we go. Because I got Alpha, Alpha 2, Mortal Kombat 3, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, all 3 of the Panzer Dragoons, Daytona USA, Die Hard, Shinobi, Knights, all 3 of the Sonic games. Quit jumping around. Oh, come on, I didn't clear that. Yeah, whatever. I need to complete some games, but prices on just the instruction booklets are insane. Yeah, it's or just even finding them is crazy. Yeah, she had to throw the slow one. I said that's the only ones that I'm kind of looking for right now. Or just the ones, the complete, I'm trying to complete the jewel case for Alpha 1 and oh, come on. Seriously? That took, look how much that took away. Surprised that didn't finish me off. My God. Like no, I want to be cheap on you. Albert Odyssey, Astal, Magic Knight, Rayearth, Mist, Marvel Superheroes, Mega Man X4, Darius Gaiden, Galactic Attack. A whole bunch of games I need to. I mean, I played a majority of them, but I demoed them, some of them. I still would like to do a Myst playthrough, but the game itself is only like 5 minutes long. If you know the solution. Come on, jump, you idiot. Oh, come on. The struggles continue. But that's what I get for choosing Zangief. Definitely not my best character. I gotta remember to use the punch, not the drop kick. Really? It's like, of course, I get her dizzy, but now it's like, it's a little too late. I only have 4 titles for a Sega CD, though. I have Sonic, Mortal Kombat, Lunar, and Flashback. I said Lunar was actually, as one I can do as well. Outcast Gaming was recommended those things. Some Hydration Redemption. I should have been fine with that. No, come on. Dude, what is up with this computer? It's like, dude, my attacks are just dead on, but it's like, no, this is, oh man, this is really frustrating me because there's no way that this thing is, she never does have this stuff. I mean, my goodness. Considered a great game, but I tried a bit on the Japanese Saturn. Well, this one's for the Sega CD. It's called the Silver Star, I think, but they also did, I don't know why he's not doing it. There we go. English translated, of course, yeah. I'm just trying to look at some of the other games I haven't. I said Knights. Every time I set up my Sega Saturn, though, I am definitely playing a game of Knights. You know, just trying to improve myself, even just on the first level of the game. It's like just trying to get further and further, try to get that A rank. It's crazy. Oh man, I love this. Yeah, it's crazy. I found a site that had a bunch of Japanese RPGs for the Saturn or English translated. I loaded those in the Japanese console. Dude, what the hell? Of course. Last minute. Oh no, I'm just gonna beat you to it. I still want to try to beat Die Hard Arcade, but I just don't like that. I just don't like how you have to earn extra credits in it. It just takes forever. Like Panzer Dragoon 1 and 2. We did finish Saga, which actually was the finale of the series. So I played it out of order, but I was so stoked that I was so ready to play that game. Dude, really? Oh. Right. That took off a little bit much. Oh, please. Let me go. And especially like when they have the weaker characters in this game that just like do so much damage to you. It's like, really? Jeez. Got a little bit lucky there. But he's not doing the pile driver, which is really stupid. See, look how much that took away. That's his fierce punch compared to mine. That shouldn't have touched me. I was jumping away from him, not towards him. I was blocking, but whatever. I don't know what the hell's up with this computer this morning. It was fine when I was playing as Ryu, but now all of a sudden it's gone like completely south. Come on. It's like, I'm not going to survive anyway. He's just going to sit there and take his sweet time trying to... But I think in this one, too, the timer is a little bit faster. Oh, stop it. Let go of me. Dude, what the hell? Let go of me. But the Nintendo version of the grabs, though, are freaking horrible. They're worse than this one. At least this one you can break out a little easier. I think I'm okay. So I think I have this round, but if he wants to sit there and jump around and do nothing, then I'm just going to take it. Where... Oh my god, really? And again, he's not doing what I'm telling him to do. Thank you. He finally did one. I'm probably going to be putting that extra E as Japanese. Why don't you see if any of the stores want it? I mean, you'd probably get more money out of selling it on eBay, but... Come on, why is he not grabbing him? I'll take it, whatever. I'll be shocked. Yeah, no, you should sell it about that price. I think that's about what it should go for. Oh, dude, I'm dizzy from 2 moves. Come on. I love this game. I was dizzy from 2 moves. Again, 2 moves. And here's the other thing too. Ryu's basic moves take off chunks like this on level 8. Which doesn't help any. His standard jump kick foot sweep will drain about half your health. Just those 2 moves. See? I was already on the... I should have been on the ground already. Oh, this computer is just unbelievable today. That's not what I did. It's like I'm making sure he's dizzy. skipped leg day. No, because that's what I'm hitting a lot with legs, but it's just, I mean, I'm not... See, he's not doing what I'm telling him to do. He's grabbing him. There we go. Hey, Sith. Welcome in. Good morning. How are you? Good. Welcome in, and hope you're doing well, is what I meant to say. It's so stupid. You have to go around there just to hit the stupid thing. Like, man, after looking at this game, it's like I want to go back and play it on the SNES. Oh, great. This is where all the fun begins. Yeah, right. He didn't have enough time to charge that. He just squatted and went, ooh. It's like, no. Yeah, of course. So many memories, probably good ones, but unlike me, I'm not having a good day with mine. I mean, Ryu, I did perfectly fine for the most part, but the last three characters I've been trying, I did E Honda, him, Guile, I struggled. I'm not usually I mean, well, I mean, Zangief is not my character, but I try to challenge myself a little bit. So look how much that took away. Last time I was able to hit him with it. Yeah, no, they do. That's the grabs, but it's just for some reason my pile driver is not working today. I've only hit it like a couple of times. How the hell am I dizzy from that? He does recover from dizziness a lot quicker, but... But yeah, then there's that. Yeah, I should have hit him with that. Come on. I mean, this is also on level 8, so we already know that the computer's going to cheat in terms of... I mean, it already cheats, and then... Oh, come on! I didn't have enough time to foot sweep at that point? Come on. As I said, and plus the computer gets away with murder on this, so... I mean, it clearly cheats, because there's no way in heck, like, for example, I've already demonstrated this earlier. Blanca was, like, was rushing at me and went straight into a little ball. It's like, you can't do that. It's impossible. I should have been able to block that. I still had a little bit of health left. You saw it. I had a little sliver of health left, but nope. Sorry. My moves drain more than yours. He's just countering everything of mine. Whatever. But I know the Zangief E Honda against the computer is is one of the harder ones to do. But whatever. As I said, Zangief is one of my worst characters, so I'm just having fun with him as best I can. Right. And he's just countering everything I do. And I said, and that's the problem with these games is that with the Street Fighter games, because they're just not. No, I think I timed that jump just fine. Jeez, that was already 2 more rounds. And keep hitting those medical bills there, Zangief. You need them. Look how much that foot sweep took away. I mean, come on, man. Thank you. Finally freaking worked. How did he hit me? Of course. Oh, wow, this computer is just unbelievable. There is no way, if it were me, it would have never, that would have never have worked. Never. I would have been dead. I'm surprised I wasn't dizzy from that crap. Wow, this computer is just unbelievable right now. And here's the sad thing. I'm probably gonna have like no issues with anybody else except him. Nope, see, he's not doing the pile driver like I'm telling him to. And why did I miss my foot sweep there? I'm saying, dude. It's like, and it looks like I'm gonna actually have a decent round, and it's like all he does is hit me with like 2 moves, and I'm almost dead already. See, he went and grabbed him instead of actually doing the pile driver. No, come on, man. Man, this computer is cheating. We'll get through it at some point. Dude, what the hell? I'm holding block and I was holding back and down too. And he looked like he was just standing normally. And yeah, he saw me coming because he knew I was going to do it. And then he's like, oh no, I can't take any damage from you. Thank you. Finally freaking did it. Still got to win another round though. He hit me with a short move, and it took away that much. Right. Just wow. Why didn't you throw him? So he can go through my spinning pile driver too. Excellent. I mean, then why do I even have it if it's not going to do anything what it's supposed to do, which is counter? How did he hit me? That's not even what I did. I just threw another foot sweep, but he jumped for whatever reason. I mean, I'll take it, but whatever. Thank you. See what happens when you can actually get the pile driver to work? You can actually do it. Sushi 10 panini. But see, that's like, I've been trying to do his damn pile driver this whole time. Whoops, wrong button. I meant to do the pile driver, but it didn't work. Or the yeah, so not pile driver, the clothesline. I don't know how I pulled that off, but I'll take it. It's not fucking when it works. See, he went straight into it. He wasn't ducking or anything. All right, cool. So we're gonna do one more quick playthrough with Ken up next, and then we're gonna wrap up for today. Yeah, whatever. It's not doing his throws. I'm just gonna finish him off. I got time for this. Ah, let me go. That's for me to do, not for you. Ah, my timing was off. Computer will always throw you. Yeah, whatever, I'll take it. I'll take it. Computers are cheaters. No, that's an understatement. No, but in this particular game, the computer cheats. It clearly does. I said that even Blanca just a second ago when I was facing him, he went in straight into an upward rolling ball without even charging it. He was walking right at me. As I said, the computer is notorious for cheating in this. It's what it does. Because the way the controller is for the computer is it's holding every direction at every single time, so it can't it's always charged. Ah, there we go. Like, I have faith in my abilities, you know. It's like I've played this game so many times, so I'm just trying like new challenges, so to speak, for myself. You just got to keep on top of him. You just can't let him get any ground. Because Vega doesn't have too much, and with the exception of when Super Street Fighter was around. Yeah, because I stood up a little too quickly on that one. Yeah, give him a punch to the face. Just sort of bam. Whoops. Damn, he's really going for it, isn't he? Oh, really? I don't know how I let that happen. Nope. Alright, you just got, plus you also got to kind of remember what the patterns are for the computer. It does help a little. Where's my throw? Yeah, yeah, there it is. You reversed it on me. I was holding block, but whatever. Like, come on, man, give in or just back up and come at me. Come on. Do what you normally do. That's not what I did. That's not what I did, but I'll take it. Of course. My freaking punch should have been like... How many Bruce is on the way? Sweet. I can see, I can tell you're gonna have an awesome day. Bam. Had to get the cheap throw in. Yep, that's all I can do. What's up, Angel? Good morning. It's not... I don't know why he's not doing it, but whatever. Bam. All good, sir. Hope everything's going well for you. I don't understand why that silly guy, he hit me with 2 moves. There we go. About time, right? Tried to rage you last week, but it failed. Guess I ended the stream too early. Yeah, how it works is you click on, when you hit the raid channel, you click on the one, you hit raid, and you have to wait about 7, so like about 7 to 10 seconds before it says, and then you click on the raid, hit raid. Underpants makes the difference. Maybe. Alright, so we're going to do one more playthrough and then we're going to wrap up for today. I got some stuff I got to do today and then we'll be fine. That dance is not easy to do, just in case you were wondering. Alright, time to kick some butt now. Time to have all... That's why I always like wait for Ken to be last, because it's like... I always use Ken last because I usually don't struggle. Now, if he wants to stand there, that's perfectly fine with me. I said, but after this, I'm going to be taking down my 32X Genesis CD combo. Whoops. And we're going to be rehooking up my NES. We're going to get back into some time to put them to sleep. Yep, that's what I'm saying. But anyway, yeah, put everything to sleep, and then for a little bit. They've been working hard the last couple weeks, so especially you know something overall. I know that a lot of people would say like the 32X was kind of a waste of time, but they had some really decent games on it too. I think there was potential for it. I really think it could have had a good run if they would. I think if they would have released it at the same time they did the Sega CD, I think it would have been great. Because then because it was otherwise it was kind of like it was just like it was I don't know. Yeah, apparently my timing is off for that little combo too. But yeah, so it's just I gotta take a break from the Sega CD and stuff. 32X was okay. What's up, Lotus? Good to see you. Welcome in. Technology wasn't there and the Sega CD was released. That is true. That is true. They were just coming, but the problem was is they developed they were developing the 32X the same time they were doing the Saturn, which is what the problem was. It's like, dude, just do one or the other. Don't do both. And that's what their downfall was. It's like, why have both systems? It didn't make any sense. I mean, it really didn't. But not to say that they didn't have some good releases for it. I mean, they did. Oh, no, you don't. Oh, I didn't think he was gonna see. I didn't think he would be dizzy from that. That was a little close for that foot sweep. All right, there we go. The problem was Japan was working on the Saturn while the U.S. is working on the 32S. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's like they were working on the same things at the same two things at the same time, and it's like, why did they do that? It doesn't make any sense. I mean, the games that I have for the 32X, all of them have very high replay value. Whoops, I fired that off a little too early. Shadow Squadron, Metalhead, Star Wars Arcade, Zaxxon, Mother Base 2000, T-Mech, Mortal Kombat 2, Calibri. I'm trying to see what else. The Virtual Racing, Deluxe, Knuckles, Chaotix, Virtua Fighter, Space Harrier. All of those are playable games and have replay value. But, you know, a lot of people just look at that and say, yeah, they're just a bunch of those were remakes, but a few of them were arcade releases. But, you know, I mean, it's okay. There we go. My opinion was a failure on the part of the execs and Sega to rush to squeeze out the more. Yeah. It was. Oops, I was all pushed into the corner. They should have focused on the Saturn. Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. Would probably make it a big. But yeah, honestly, if they would have went straight from the Saturn to the Dreamcast, which is technically what they did, the Saturn would have had a lot easier life. They should have skipped the Sega CD. They should have skipped the 32X and went straight into the Saturn. I think they would have probably have done a lot. They would have been a lot more successful. That's not what I did. There we go. Much more storage despite dealing with load times. Yeah, and even so, it's like even what the Saturn was able to accomplish. I mean, other than it was harder to develop games for. I misfired. The problem with that bigger is that the trade laws of the time didn't allow Japan a lot. That's a lot of patient. Patent pending components made in the U.S. Yeah, that is true. Yes, very much true. I mean, like my hurricane kick. Oops. Alright, there we go. Part of the reason we never saw Final Fantasy VII on the N64. Yeah. Can you imagine, though, if it was released on the Saturn? Man, my timing is off. But not to say the Saturn wasn't a great console. It was. It sold a lot more in Japan than it did out here because everyone was on the bandwagon for PlayStation out here. Everybody was sticking to the American stuff. No one was sticking with the Japanese, and the Japanese were like, "Oh heck yeah, we got Sony and Saturn." You know, that's what I'm talking about. And Saturn had a lot of great titles. I said I got a nice little handful of them right here. Cartridge had such an interior level of storage. Yeah, that was the only problem with cartridges, which is why everyone was everyone was so ticked off at Nintendo going sticking still with cartridge based, games with everyone moving to CDs and everything. And then you also had Sega, which released when they released the Dreamcast was, you know, the Dreamcast was gigadiscs, which was, there was a lot of hardware and stuff like that that they had to develop the games for, but man, I'm stupid. And my timing I just cannot complete that today. Um, but it's okay. A difficulty in programming the Saturn scared a lot of the developers. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. And the cartridge that had such an interior. I mean, it just. I mean, it. The. Nope, still can't do it. What are you doing? I didn't realize how low I was on health. I was just watching him the whole time. How is he not dizzy from all this? My goodness, how is he not dizzy from that pummel I just gave him? Like Sonic Jam. Sonic Jam wasn't really even a Sonic game, to be honest, on the Saturn. Sonic R was kind of 3D Blast was fun, but it was more about Knights to me. Man, I just cannot pull that stupid little combo off, can I? Ah! A little bit lucky there. A little bit lucky. The Saturn was considered a failure in the US. It's still my all-time favorite. Honestly, it has grown to meet on me too. I just can't get over the fact that, okay, I need to work on the timing. I don't know, maybe I might do another night stream before I hook up the NES. I don't know yet. I have to think about it because I still want to test out I still haven't tested out your controller that you got me for my birthday there, Kyle. Maybe that's what I'll do this afternoon is before I hook up the Pi, I'll re-hook up the Saturn and play some Nights. Well, this evening. Maybe if I'm able to join Ricky with Mario Kart tonight, I'll be able to I'll do that. Also important to note that at the time is and still in Japan, corporate espionage of the Frenzy and Sony were constantly poaching employees. Huh. Interesting fact. I'm getting a little greedy. Yeah, that was a stupid move there, buddy. Oops. But yeah, but I mean that was the biggest problem though with like even Nintendo with N64. That's just the reason why it wasn't. You just couldn't. Nobody really wanted to work with cartridges anymore, and that's was what their biggest downfall was. You're going for a tumble there, bud. Really screw the pooch on Double Cross and Sony favor a Philips or a CD-based system. And then on top of that, they went with mini discs for the GameCube. Like I understand they're trying to get more. They're more about portability and stuff like that, but I knew I shouldn't have went for it. It's like I had Virtua Fighter, then Sony's Fighter was Tekken, and so on. Yeah, everybody had their own franchise, type of thing. I should have thrown a punch. I mean, Sony even had to come up with their own character, which was Crash Bandicoot, which really didn't take off like Sonic and Mario. They were too, because to me it was like they were too late into the franchise, or too late into the business to try to, really have like a spokesman character and stuff like that. It just wasn't. Whoops, I was a little too far away. Nice. Tech wasn't shared with the idea that Westerners have been lighthearted corporate sharing. Now how it done. Yeah. Oh. Got him. I think that was a no rounds lost. No, wait, no. I think I lost one round. I think I lost one round at the start, but it's all good. But, alright, guys, but that is, folks did actually get killed over a matter of. Yeah. Yeah, Ken's my character, in case you didn't know that. Okay, I got nobody's on right now, so I got no one to raid. But anyway, this was going to be the final playthrough for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed several playthroughs, including a little bit of rage for this game. Street Fighter 2 Special Championship Edition on the Sega Genesis is what we were doing today. I said I'm going to be back again next weekend. We're going to be doing actually I'm probably going to be doing a recording this week for Power Blade, so be on the lookout for that over on YouTube. I will post it as well on the Facebook page once it goes up. I did do a recording last night, which was Sonic Spinball, and that's already uploaded onto YouTube. I'm about to upload yesterday's stream over to YouTube over there as well. So, but yeah, that is it for me today. Please do check the About section of the page for access to Instagram, Discord, Facebook, which also has access to the Sector 1FG group page, as well as the merchandise store. And don't forget to subscribe over to YouTube, where all my streams are being archived over there, as well as any recordings that I do, like last night, which I've done, as I said, did Sonic Spinball, which is also a little extra content for you guys to watch. Thank you, Kyle, for that. But that is it for me today. So until next time, everybody, as always, please take care of yourselves and one another, and I will see you back here next Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Eastern for some Nintendo action. So on behalf of Little Squishy here, we have Little Shop of Horrors, Talon, and Squiggly, our little baby Metroids. As we say in Chozo, Triben Adamush Nudakin. See you next mission. Have a great day, everybody!